Hello Buggy. Today we going to know about the 10 marvels of ancient world. One. Machu Picchu. The amazing engineering found in the Inca's lost city. Meaning old mountain in the native Quechua language, Machu Picchu stands 2,430 meters above sea level in the Peruvian Andes. Only recently rediscovered in 1911, the city was built by the Inca people in the 15th century and then abandoned 100 years later when their empire was conquered by the Spanish. As the Inca had no written language, there are no records indicating the purpose of the site, but many archaeologists believe it was a royal estate used by leaders. Set on the steep mountain slopes, the 200 buildings were constructed using a dry stone technique without mortar. Blocks of granite were precisely cut and tightly slotted together like a jigsaw, leaving cracks so small even a knife could not penetrate them. 2. Stonehenge. A prehistoric monument helping us to uncover the secrets of the past. In the Wiltshire countryside of England stands one of the most iconic and oldest human-made landmarks in the world. Built over thousands of years, Stonehenge is the only surviving stone circle of its kind and has become a site of incredible archaeological importance. Although it has revealed a lot about certain practices of the past, the structure is still shrouded in mystery, mainly because we still can't be sure what it was built for. The most popular theory is that it was a prehistoric temple, as the stones are precisely aligned with the movements of the sun across the sky, which has special religious significance. What we do know is that its construction began in 3100 BCE, when a large circular ditch was dug using tools made from antlers. Around this time, the site was used for burials. In fact, it's the largest late Neolithic cemetery in the UK. In 2500 BCE, the stones were erected, having been worked into shape and smoothed using sarsen and flint hammer stones, and a few hundred years later were rearranged into their final position. Over the years many of the stones have toppled or been removed, leaving Stonehenge in its current state. 3. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon. A towering green oasis with a somewhat misleading name. According to ancient sources, Babylonian King Nebuchadnezzar II built a luscious hanging garden for his wife in 600 BCE because she was homesick for the beautiful vegetation of her native Media. But although vivid descriptions of the gardens were given, no physical evidence has ever been found, leading many to believe it never actually existed. However, a more recent search has discovered that the Hanging Gardens may not have been in Babylon after all, but were instead built a century earlier in the city of Nineveh by King Sennacherib. It is thought they were planted on a series of terraces and an Archimedes screw device was used to douse them with 300 tons of water every day. 4. Pharos of Alexandria. The design and destruction of the world's first and most famous lighthouse. In need of a method for guiding trade ships into Alexandria's busy harbor, the Egyptian ruler Ptolemy Soter commissioned the construction of a lighthouse in around 280 BCE. Designed by Greek architect Sostratus of Cnidus, it consisted of 3 levels, each built from a light-colored stone and reinforced with molten lead. The lower square level supported an 8-sided structure, on top of which sat a cylindrical section containing a curved mirror that reflected the light from a fire into a beam. The finished lighthouse is thought to have been about 135 meters tall, but was reduced to rubble by 2 earthquakes in the 14th century. 5. The Great Wall of China. Incredible manpower and tasty materials helped construct the world's longest wall. Although the first sections of border walls had been built in the 8th century BCE, it wasn't until 220 BCE that Emperor Qin ordered for them to be joined up as a protective barrier. He set 300,000 soldiers plus many more peasants and prisoners to work constructing the wall from stone, soil, wood, and even sticky rice, which was used to help hold the bricks together. The materials were transported to the site by hand or using wheelbarrows, ropes, and animals. Thanks for watching the video and subscribe our channel for more updates.